The time here at Fox 5, where is the pot money? Well, actually, $60 million from pot sales is going to education.
But many of you have told us you're wondering how this all will actually play out. Fox 5's Alexander De Leon has those answers for us today. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning. And Dave, Maria, especially in times like we've been seeing recently with all these contract negotiations going on in CCSD, one of the most asked questions that I think we see a lot of times on social media, on Facebook, is where is all of this cannabis money going from sales that we have here recreationally? And just like you said, Dave, this year, $60 million from marijuana taxes are now going to fund education needs. So what does this all mean? It means that dispensaries like the one I'm at are now allowed to charge an extra tax that helps fund education. So breaking that all down, by the end of the year, $60 million will go into the school's general fund. It's one of the many sources of income for the school districts, but as Regional Manager of Nevada Organic Remedies tells me, pot sales alone cannot fund our district.
The money is going. The challenge I think that we're facing is the funding is not enough for what the schools need. Marijuana tax is not going to solve all the problems of the school accounts.
So I asked CCSD, how does that all break down with this general fund? And Clark County School District tells me that money that they get from cannabis funds goes straight into their general fund. So if you look at this chart, 87% of the general budget is spent on salaries and benefits for those that work in the district. The other 13% goes towards things like textbooks, utility, and transportation. So quite a bit has changed from last year, where the school district was only getting a small portion of the cannabis money, whereas this year, whereas $42 million went straight into the rainy day fund. So of course, $60 million now is going into that education fund. And coming up next, a lot of you guys, we pose this question on Facebook, is what do you guys want to know about the marijuana tax? And I have a couple of those questions answered, so you want to stay tuned for all of that. For now, I'm going to send it back to you, Dave and Maria.
And Alex, you mentioned there was a lot of confusion with how the tax really breaks down. What can you tell viewers to just simplify it for us all?
Yeah, I think the best way to simplify it is after Senate Bill 545 passed July 1st of this year, that allowed that extra portion of money that was going into the rainy day fund, which was about a little over $40 million, that now was getting portioned into the general fund for education. So that's where that total $60 million comes from. So compared to last year, where they were only getting about $28 million, $60 million is a big difference. But of course, not all of it can go to help all of the education budget, which is about $5 billion.
Right. 60 million sounds like a lot, but when you put it in terms of billions, it really is a drop in the bucket. All right. Thank you, Alex.